So, if I start shouting into the microphones like this, how does it sound? What's the audio like? How's it going? Is it peaking? Is it peaking? What's going on, beautiful internet family? My name is Dan Davis and I'm the creative director here on DansTube.TV, and today I'm extremely excited to bring you my review of the DJI Mic 2. So right now I've got two audio recordings going and we'll jump between the two. So the one straight ahead is coming from this guy here, the DJI Mic 1, which is still a phenomenal system. Here is the carrying case here that comes with two transmitters, one receiver. This is connected directly up to my camera system now. Comes with the two attachment pieces. You're probably going to get two audio streams now. So the USB-C and the lightning adapter. Really love this one and it's still a phenomenal system. But we've got the new DJI Mic 2 that comes in a brand new case here. We've got a more of a metal design case. It comes with a latch, so it doesn't actually just release. You have to press the button to release it, which is a huge improvement. I'm very excited about that. Make sure that everything's nice and secure in there. Inside you get the same kind of offering, but it's got a completely different design now. So the Mic 2, which will be jumping between the different audios. I've got the Pocket 3 over here connected wirelessly to the Mic 2. I don't even have to have the receiver plugged in. So we've got the receiver, we've got the two transmitters, which are the microphones, we've got the USB-C, and we've got the lightning connection as well. But another thing that's really cool is it comes with a bag, and I absolutely adore this bag. It's a really well-designed bag. It comes with the wind screens, which are a lot easier to connect now. They just plug in instead of the twisting motion. You've got a camera cable here, and you've also got a USB-A to USB-C connection as well. So you get a few things in the bag. The bag does a great job of storing everything, keeping everything nice and secure, and that's one of my favorite additions of this new setup. One thing that's really cool is the receiver itself has had a bit of an overhaul. So it's got a completely different design now, where it's actually got like this toggle wheel to adjust settings. It's got similar design in the sense that the screen's there. You've got all the same kind of ports connected, USB-C, it's a magnetic alignment to then charge it with the pins. You've got an out, and you've also got a headphone jack in there, as well as the power button. The buttons do feel a lot nicer though on this system. And one thing I will say straight away is the fact that the case itself with the magnetic pins, I find is a lot more reliable on the Mic 2. I did have occasional issues when the pins maybe wouldn't align on the original Mic 1, and I had a few little issues with it not charging at times, but I find this one's a lot more reliable and it's a lot more of a solid connection, and having that clicking latch is just phenomenal. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to start talking to the Pocket 3 over here. Now, the Pocket 3 is a phenomenal camera system. The Osmo Pocket 3, absolutely adore this system, and there was a combo that came out called the Creator Combo that came with the DJI Mic 2 and the Pocket 3. Now, they didn't heavily market it when it came out. I guess they were waiting for the release of the Mic 2, but the thing that's very exciting is this microphone, the Mic 2, can now record 32-bit float. So it only does it internally onto this system itself. So what we'll do is I'll show you the audio from the Pocket 3. So the video with the audio that's coming from the Mic 2 is going to sound different to the internal audio from the Mic 2. Now, what we'll do is this is the audio directly from the Pocket 3 connected up to the Mic 2, and I'm just going to start talking louder and then quieter, and then I'll explain how the 32-bit float works. So what I'll do is I'll talk a little bit quieter here, and we'll just see how the audio goes picking up on this, and then I'm going to start shouting. I can see it's peaking. The audio is peaking. It's peaking. It's peaking. Oh my God, it's peaking. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll show you the difference between the Osmo Pocket 3, the audio that comes from this mic to the Pocket 3, and then the difference between that and the 32-bit float audio that's recorded internally on the DJI Mic 2. So what you've probably noticed is that the 32-bit float just sounds significantly better. Now, the reason is because it's basically recording the dynamics of your voice. So even when you're talking quieter, you're still able to pull up the audio levels. And when you talk really loud, it's not going to peak and distort the audio. So that means that in any sort of situation that you're in, as long as you're recording internally to the DJI Mic 2, it's going to sound phenomenal. Now, that's one of the huge calling cards here. It's big for a lot of people, especially people who are like you know when you watch like gaming videos, right, and people are shouting into the microphone and it just distorts and peaks constantly. I mean, there's kind of a novelty to that anyway, but you know, it's not usable, right? Like people don't like hearing screeching sounds and very awkward audio. It just ruins the video. So if you're recording the 32-bit float internally, it means that you can talk as loud as you want and it's not going to be an issue at all. Even though I can see on the Pocket 3 it is peaking right now. It's peaking very heavily, but we can restore that with the 32-bit float and it's not going to be an issue at all. And so with that being said, another huge calling card of the Mic 2, as I've already kind of alluded to, is that I've got this wirelessly connected up to the Osmo Pocket 3. I can also do the same thing with the Action 4, the Osmo Action 4, so I can wirelessly connect it up to this system here, and then I've got really reliable audio on the fly, right? Like this could be connected to a selfie stick, I could have it as a head cam, whatever I want, and then I've got the DJI Mic 2, which I'm just holding in my hand, but I can use the magnet to clip it onto my shirt, I could clip it onto my collar, however I want to do it, and that's obviously going to sound a lot better than the internal audio. So you can do that with the Osmo Pocket 3 over here, you can do it with the Osmo Action 4, you can do it with a bunch of other compatible accessories, but again, another huge calling card of the Mic 2 that stands out over the original Mic 1. What I've done now is I've actually connected up the two microphones here onto my chest, so I'm using the magnets, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to have it roughly the same distance from my face. I'm going to have the exact same tone of voice because we're recording the exact same thing on the Pocket 3 and my G9. So basically we're just going to jump between the audio just so you can hear if there's a difference. I mean, the Mic 1 is still a phenomenal system, don't get me wrong, and the audio might not sound significantly different in this test here. It's more of that 32-bit float where it's going to stand out majorly. But what I'm going to do is I will again start to shout into the microphones, and this time what we're going to do is we'll show you the difference between the Mic 1 and then the Mic 2. So if I start shouting into the microphones like this, how does it sound? What's the audio like? How's it going? Is it peaking? Is it peaking? So if I start shouting into the microphones like this, how does it sound? What's the audio like? How's it going? Is it peaking? Is it peaking? So if I start shouting into the microphones like this, how does it sound? What's the audio like? How's it going? Is it peaking? Is it peaking? I can see it's already peaking hugely on the Mic 1. On the Pocket 3 it's peaking, but with a 32-bit float it's going to be recoverable. So again, a huge benefit of having the DJI Mic 2. The fact that it's wirelessly connected as well just saves so much hassle. So just going across again to the Osmo Pocket 3, one of my favorite things about this system is the fact that I've got face tracking enabled right now. It's just on a tripod. I've got the mic wirelessly connected, which you can see here. This is the perfect creator setup. Really, like, it's so minimal, but it's phenomenal. The video quality looks just grand. It looks amazing every time in all sorts of lighting conditions with that huge 1-inch sensor. And then we've got phenomenal audio from the DJI Mic 2. So I just kind of wanted to mention that these two are a great combo together. And so if you are looking for a creator combo, whether you want the Osmo Pocket 3 with the DJI Mic 2 or whether you want like a different combination of things, make sure to reach out if you're based in Australia to the D1 store, sales@d1store.com.au, mention DansTube and see what they can do for you. Get yourself like a different combo. If you want like a few different accessories together, they can definitely help you out over there. And also if you're looking for the DJI Mic 2, make sure to mention that to them. And I will also have some links below for my international audience, so check those below as well if you're in the market for the DJI Mic 2. We'll briefly touch on the range now, and what actually happened was I did a range test. It's on the channel already, but I tested it on my scooter. I went about 100 meters away. My back was to the camera, which I had the Osmo Pocket 3, and there were also a few obstacles in the way. There were a few trees. I found it dropped out occasionally in that scenario because my back was to it, because there were a few obstacles. But if you had clear line of sight, they're saying you get 250 meters of range. I found the range was great and extremely reliable for my situation, for my circumstances, and for the majority of people. You really don't need to go more than 100 meters. Like, the fact that I can sit this close to the system, this is ideal, right? You really don't need to go much further than this for a studio setting. And if you're outside, maybe you'd be going 20 to 50 meters, but it's phenomenal in those kind of ranges. But yeah, you should be able to hear me perfectly fine. Like I said, Google Maps said about 100 meters to this point. I was going past a few trees, so we might have some issues with it dropping out. Theoretically, no though. Theoretically, it should be fine. Let's go back now. I really do love the magnetic design here. The fact that I can just clip that onto my chest like this and then magnetically connect the microphone. That is huge, and that was the same on the DJI Mic 1. You can also use the clip here as well, so you can clip it on if you want to clip it on like so. But yeah, the fact that you've got the versatility here is phenomenal. And then if you do want to disconnect the windscreen like so, you can connect something up like the DJI lavalier microphone, and then this gives you just a little bit more customization again, right? It gives you some more control. I can plug it in like so, and now the audio will be coming directly from the lavalier microphone. So for example, I can have a bit of cable distance. I can put the mic up here. In my scenario, I'll put it on the couch. And now what I can do is I can look over at the Osmo Pocket 3 and I can see that the audio levels are coming from the lavalier microphone. I just plugged it in and it's ready to go. With DJI's version, they've got kind of this cog mechanism that just clicks into different positions. So it means that you can mount the microphone on an angle if you want like that. So that when I clip it on, it's going to be a little bit more direct facing upwards. So this is a great alternative as well. But like I was showing you, there are so many options with this microphone system. And again, just going back to the fact I'm not even using a receiver. The receiver is the camera system. It is the Osmo Pocket 3. The receiver itself is still in the box here. So again, the versatility is phenomenal on this unit. The audio quality is great. You've got like a bunch of different noise cancelling options. There's a low cut option as well to cut out any rumbling kind of room noises that might come up, which is very common in a studio. I've got lights here, I've got my computer. Those kind of low noises, there is the low cut option in there. There's the noise reduction option as well. Does an amazing job of cutting out wind. And just the audio overall has been phenomenal from the DJI Mic 2. You can get 14 hours of internal recording to the DJI Mic 2. So that means again that just internally into the microphone itself, I'd go out with my drone, fly the drone around and do a tutorial, but I don't have to have a camera with me because I can record the screen and then I can literally just record directly to the mic, have phenomenal audio. So you do get 14 hours of internal recording. I find when you enable the 32-bit float, it goes down to about the 11-hour mark just because then the quality is going to be increased, but not a major trade-off, right? Like you're losing 3 hours of internal recording, but to get 32-bit float is huge. And also like once you're done with the recordings, put them on your computer, you can just format it and put it back up to the 14 hours. So really amazing and extremely versatile. With the charging case itself, you actually get 18 hours of battery life. 18 hours is phenomenal, and for really anyone's situation, it's going to do exactly what you need. I find for me when I'm shooting a recording in a studio setting like this, I very rarely have to charge it because I've got so much battery life already. But then straight when I plug it in, I forget about it for a bit, come back in a couple of days, and then everything's fully charged again. So I don't even have to think about it. Very rarely charge the case because it's just got so much juice. Hopefully you've got a sense of what you're getting out of the DJI Mic 2. I do love the build quality of the case. I love the addition of that navigation wheel on the receiver. That just makes it a lot easier to change settings. The case itself is built really well. I love the see-through internals of the mics themselves. I love the little colors, the little orange that pops on the receiver. Everything has just felt like an improvement. It feels like a more premium offering here. The materials feel more high quality and everything sounds better as well. The fact that we've got some low cut, we've got noise cancelling, we've got 32-bit float, we've got all of these really exciting features for a system that was already phenomenal and still is a great system. The DJI Mic 1 is still an amazing system, but the Mic 2 is just a big upgrade here. And the fact that I can do this over here, I can have my Pocket 3 wirelessly connected, talking from the microphone. It just sounds amazing. This is a huge, huge benefit for me. So I'd love your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Are you going to get yourself the Mic 2? Are you excited about the 32-bit float? Are you excited about some of these other features that have come out with the Mic 2? I would love your thoughts, and I will talk to you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out.